What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
129?
I think so. My memes, hold on. 128.
128. Episode number 128. We've been doing this for 128 episodes. You would think we'd learn.
We never learn. So
No.
it's like in the first episode I had with Mark, because you've been doing all the intros, the first episode with Mark, I was like, wait a second. I was like, I don't know what number it is.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry. I was like, Owen normally does this now.
Uh,
Owen does it?
yes. I'm back again. The lines are back again. It's a whole... I gotta
You have
find a
to sit
sweet spot.
right there.
To sit.
You just can't get too close.
There we go. Once I get a better camera, like, hopefully that won't happen. But on that term, those wise words to open up our episode. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number, like we said, 128 of the Underground Circuit podcast. As always, my name is Owen. That is Casey. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have a good episode to talk. Good episode lined up for everybody tonight. A good race to cover. I have some more ranting to do.
So do I. Multiple things.
Casey does as well. We love to see it. But as always, before we get into the ranting, please make sure to go follow us over on Instagram and Threads at Underground Circuit. Make sure also go follow us over on Twitter/X at UG Circuit Pod. And finally, over on TikTok at Underground_Circuit, spelled the same way the name of the show is spelled. Go hang out with us there.
It's right there.
Go have John. We just finished. It's also scrolling right there as well. Wait. Do the point again. What?
Because for me, it's over this way.
See, to me, it's there.
Yeah, you're pointing at it.
Oh, you're not pointing at it in my clip. You're pointing to the opposite corner that it's on.
No, that's funny, because I'm pointing to it. If I point this way, it's the timing.
No, see, now you're... Oh,
way.
wait. Now you're pointing to the time. When you were pointing at the timing, now you're pointing at it for me.
That's so weird. Yeah,
That's
no, this
funny.
way. It's this way for me. Which means you just probably want to clip that one, but it'll look stupid because on your end, I'll be pointing the opposite way.
Right. And it's all about making Casey look stupid. That's what this show is about. That's what it...
I'm already a Ferrari fan, so...
Yeah. I mean, we both look stupid. We're already Phillies fans.
True.
I
turned that game off last night and went to bed.
I turned it off probably about the sixth inning. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm done. I'm out.
Yep.
And then when I saw that they were coming back, I did turn it back on. And then this could be a whole other episode. I'm sure Kyle has ranted about it already.
And then Stott bunted.
Why are you bunting? Why are you bunting with a man on second and there's no outs? And listen, first of all, I get it. Show it once. Do it once.
Mm-hmm.
When the third baseman is all the way back and you have a chance to, or all the way up or whatever, and you have a chance to get to first base, and then you make it first and second and first or first and third with either one out or no outs. But then you show it again, and they're expecting it, and you follow through with it when they're expecting it. Stupid. Very stupid.
It was literally annoying. I can only imagine what Dad was like at home.
Yeah.
Watching the game. Can't even imagine.
I love it because... Go ahead.
Flyers don't play tonight, do they?
No, but the NHL does start tonight.
That's what... Yeah, it's Panthers.
Hockey is back. That's right. Yes, it is Panthers. Which reminds me, pulling up YouTube TV so that way I can watch some of the games.
Probably doesn't start till 8.
I know. It probably really doesn't.
ceremony.
Yeah.
But yes.
But as always, first thing, starting us off in this episode after that brief Phillies rant, our memes of the week.
I can go first.
Go ahead, let's see it.
Stupid. If you watched this week's race, you saw after quali, after the race, they had a different interview segment this week because they had all three at the same time, so they weren't out there in the heat and suffering as long as they needed to be. So this is when, after qualifying, when Jensen Button was doing the interview. This is when Jensen says, "No, we're going to be asking you questions all at one time." Max smacks his head to the side because he was full on the yapping with Oscar, and looks like he just got in trouble. The face he's making looks like
he got
in
yelled
trouble.
At.
Yeah, for talking too much during class. But yeah, this is the perfect Max meme because he was probably like, "What the hell? I just want to be yapping with my friend, and now I can't because."
No, let me yap with my pal.
Yeah. But yes, that's my meme of the week. Owen, are you ready? I see you have something open on your meme of the week.
I have something open. Sorry, I lost it for a second, so I wasn't going to be able to find it. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I don't think I need to explain this at all.
Well, you do for the audio listeners.
Well, I do need for the audio listeners. You're right. How could I forget the audio listeners? Part of my rant later will be in regards to McLaren stuff, but this is a picture of Zach Brown and Lando Norris eating French fries, and Zach is feeding one to Lando, and they are saying, "Here comes the airplane," and it's so good. It's just like this is just it.
Yeah, that's the perfect photo to show off Lando and Zach's relationship. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't even know what that's from.
I have no idea what it's from either. I found it, and I was like, "This is instant meme of the week."
Well, I kept seeing people after last week, after the race and stuff. People were like, a friendly reminder that Zach Brown has something Lando Norris related tattooed on him. So
he does.
As weird as that gets, but
yes, he does.
I was gonna say I'm shocked you're not wearing McLaren stuff, but
you know what? I had the idea, and I should have, but I just got distracted before we started recording, and I didn't have the time to throw it on. So, my fault.
That's fine. Yes. There's not really weekly news. Surprisingly enough, there's not really weekly news. I think the only piece of weekly news we have is the Red Bull race suits that they wore this week are going to be worn in Las Vegas as well.
Yes, which I love. I'm very happy about that.
They're so nice. I short them for every night race. They just look so nice.
They're so beautiful.
Yeah, take away all the red and stuff, and it's just the hint of yellow. I really do like them. But yes, that is. I think that's pretty much just literally the only piece of weekly news because everything else is race related.
I mean, should we do I make the announcement that McLaren is 2025 Constructors Championship?
Well, I don't know if you want to do that now or race week.
Well, let's do it now. Let's pop that out there now. I have my rants for it, but it is
race
I'm thrilled as always as a McLaren fan. I am thrilled that they sealed the deal this weekend in Singapore. Not their best race. Who cares? It's one of the beautiful things of F1 is they have a strong enough season they can come in.
Yeah.
They can have not that good of a race and seal up Constructors Championship. I'm happy about it. I'm thrilled. Love it. Do it again next year.
Yeah, well, I feel like on the way they're going, it's going to... Unless, we said, because it is 2026, we have no clue what's going to happen.
Right.
But, yeah, no. I knew that going into this weekend, I was like, I know they're going to be winning. I didn't expect Max to be as strong as he was. But yeah. Besides the point, I am happy for them. I'm happy for the team. They deserve it. We always go back to thinking about them... 2022, when do we start the show? 2023, when they were disconnecting and reconnecting a steering wheel.
Oh my God.
First race of the season. They've come a long way. So, happy for them. happy for the team, happy for the boys,
Oh, yes.
happy for Andrea Stella. Maybe a little bit more than others, but yes.
Yes, I
We'll
am
get into
thrilled for...
Singapore.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm just that, like, if there's anybody out of that team, genuinely, that I'm, like, most happy for,
Yeah.
it's Andrea Stella. Because he's
Yeah.
such a nice guy, and he's such, like, a sweetheart of a person that you're like, yeah, you deserve this.
Yeah,
Like,
he's been in the sport for so long. You
Yeah.
can tell, like, he's like, I feel like he's like James Val in the way, like, he's such a nerd. I feel like when it comes to F1 and racing and the analytical side, like, I am happy for him. I mean, because at the end of the day, he is the team principal, so
right.
I'm happy for Andrea Stella.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, happy for Zach Brown from winning money on Wheel of Fortune to winning Constructors Champions 2 years in a row. I did post today, I think, about Ferrari because they've fallen to third now. But Red Bull's only 8 points behind them. I mean, Max Verstappen is only 8 points behind.
Yeah.
It's appalling. They went from maybe being second to fourth. So
Yeah.
as we'll get into it more, I literally posted that I think we are experiencing rock bottom of Ferrari. I don't know how much further they can go. And it doesn't help that the Eagles also lost and the Phillies also lost. Because
Yeah.
it's really rock bottom. It's really rock bottom. But
It was
we'll get
tough.
into it. Yeah. We will get into it. First off, you have one ready?
I have one ready for you.
Pints and Pit Stops. I'm terrified because I just watched the race recap and I'm like, what is he going to ask about? So I'm terrified. This might be my worst one.
There's a good amount of questions there. I mean, there's not a good amount of questions here. There's 5 questions as always. I don't know why I said that. There's some good questions. You'll be fine. I think you'll be fine.
Oh no.
I'm going to. Oh wait, I realize I have to put up my clock and then read them off of my iPad. Sorry, I had them up on my phone. No, beep. Somebody just parked their car.
Outside me.
No, these questions
Pints
that
and
you'll
Pit Stops.
be fine. You know enough that you'll be able to.
Yeah, I just feel like not a lot happened in that race, so I was like, what the?
True, not a lot did happen, but still, I think you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right. As
no
always,
pint, just water.
And I'm not even water. I got nothing with me tonight. It's bad. I'm in a bad state right now.
He's dehydrating himself.
Yeah. Trying to get these arms to pop, you know. Yeah. Yeah.
Straight dehydration.
All right. As always,
I'm ready.
5 questions. I will not tell you if you are right or wrong in the moment. I will tell you afterwards. For every question that you get right, it is a second subtracted from your time. Every question that you get wrong, it is a second added to your time. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Ready?
Yep.
Which driver was demoted to 8th after the race because of a 5-second penalty?
Lewis Hamilton.
Who finished 5th in the race, having passed Charles Leclerc late on?
Kimi Antonelli.
What term was used to describe the regulations for the 2025 Singapore GP related to hot conditions?
Humid? I have no idea.
Who set the fastest lap in the 2025 Singapore GP?
Oh, Max Verstappen. I'm also wrong.
Which team secured the Constructors' Championship at Singapore?
McLaren. I know I got those 2 wrong.
That's good. That's good. I had to toss that one in there at the end.
Yeah, of course you did.
Okay. Which driver was demoted to 8th after the race because of a 5-second penalty? You got that one right. That was Lewis Hamilton. It was a track limits penalty, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because he lost his brakes completely.
Yes. Who finished 5th in the race, having passed Charles Leclerc? You got that one right as well. That was Kimi Antonelli. This question was a little wordy. I should have made it easier. What term was used to describe the regulations for the 2025 Singapore GT related to hot conditions? It was called heat hazard. Was the actual
like the warning.
term?
Like,
yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
okay.
That's my bad. I made it a little too wordy.
No, that's okay. I did not know. I would probably got it wrong if you said it correctly.
Tripped over this question. Who set the fastest lap of 2025 Singapore? It was Lewis Hamilton, actually.
With faulty brakes?
Yeah. It couldn't break. He
Wonder.
just sent it into the corner. And then finally, you got this one right. Which team secured the 2025 Constructors' Championship with Singapore? It was McLaren. So with that, you got 3 correct, 2 wrong. Your gross time
That was my worst one in a while.
32:08. If I could type correctly. 32:08. I pulled that from memory pretty well. And doing the quick math in my head with 3 questions right.
Quick math.
And 32:08. Done. Questions right, 3. Questions wrong, 2. Who did it? Katie? Of course the app is missing. Lovely. 32:08. You got, that's 29, 20, 30, 31:08.
Okay.
Yeah. 31:08 is your net time.
Not bad, not my best. It's all fine. All fine and dandy. Singapore.
Singapore.
I mean, it was in general a boring race. Except for the start.
Yeah. Except
for the start. But there was things, this is part of my rant, I don't go into it yet. There was things that were happening during the race that we didn't see. Like Carlos having an insane race and coming back up into the points.
Yes.
After starting at the back of the grid. There was Fernando Alonso literally catching Lewis Hamilton so incredibly quick because Lewis didn't have brakes. There was a lot of things we obviously didn't see. But overall, it was Singapore. It wasn't my favorite Singapore race, I would have to say.
No,
but
it definitely wasn't my favorite Singapore either. I mean, it definitely was like a little bit of a snooze fest in the middle of the race.
Yeah.
But Singapore being that tight of a street circuit always adds an extra layer of excitement to it because you're like, it really is kind of like if one mistake is made, if one very small mistake is made, something could happen and it could lead to a safety car and redo the whole race.
Well, and like you obviously finally saw it happen with Nico Hülkenberg. He didn't fully crash. He calls the yellow flag because he came back out onto track, but there were so many moments before then. Like, I feel like Lando snapped a few times.
Yeah.
Like, Oscar had a few moments. I feel like everyone had some moments where they came incredibly close.
Max had a moment where he almost ran off the road. Because I remember the broadcast crew was like, why all of a sudden is Max's gap so large? Yeah. And then they like scrubbed back through his cockpit footage and they were like, oh, that's why he just like went wide on a turn and
I remember seeing, because I think that was the moment I lost service since I was out, and I remember seeing Chris Medlin's tweet come through being like, Max just like snapped into whatever, like locked up and lost a ton of time. But yeah, I mean, George, incredible weekend for George.
Great weekend for George. Say. Yeah.
Yeah, from that moment in FP1, when he crashed out and stuff. I do love how he credited Kimi at the end in the post race.
Yes.
Being like, I looked at what he did Friday and I just applied it to, because I mean, Kimi looked generally very good all weekend as well. They were good. I don't feel like you can say the Mercedes is only good in cool weather when they were just top 5 in
in the hottest race of the year.
Yeah.
In Singapore. Yeah. I loved, so the one thing with George that I really liked was I posted right before we started the race to Jesse. I said, like, it feels like Max is going to win. It just had that vibe to it. He was in front of the McLarens. He was second. Yeah. You know, he was on the front row. Just kind of had that, like, oh, and, like, no offense to George, but it was also like, okay, it's Max P2 and George P1. It's like, Max is going to win. And then Max probably about, like, 5 laps into the race, I was like, oh, this might be a George win. Like, he did a really good job, and he seemed really confident behind the car, like in the car and just on that track.
I do, and I do feel like being first, if you can get a decent gap and you're totally in that clean air by
Yes.
yourself, you're in a race of your own for the entire
Yeah.
race because you saw how hard it was with the dirty
Mm-hmm.
air for a lot of people to make passes. Even that was causing moments of people like shifting and almost crashing. But yeah, no, George. I mean, Max didn't have the best start off of the starting line. I feel like he was a
No.
little slow.
Yeah, he
Um,
definitely was.
George, perfect, like
Gone. Yeah, just
straight. Yeah, he was gone.
yeah,
Um,
I liked what you said. Almost emulates what something DC said that I remember, where he's like, when you get out in front of Singapore and you do
yeah,
build that gap, you are just kind of in a flow state then, because he was like, you get away from the competition and it becomes less about racing other cars and just finding the line and everything, and especially in Singapore when you have to be so dialed into that line,
yes,
you do if you do a couple laps out in front without a gap, like with a good gap and everything, eventually just become like natural, and you do enter that like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly where to brake, where to turn, how much to turn, when to shift down, when to shift up, like all that stuff.
yeah.
It,
And I do think it's also kind of hilarious that another one of George's wins is overshadowed by something else.
I know he really cannot escape it at all.
He cannot. It's literally okay. So Singapore, McLaren win. Vegas last year, Max wins the championship. Was it Spa or Zandvoort? He gets disqualified. Like
Yep,
Canada this year, Kimmy's first time on the podium.
he has not had a single
One
win yet that
Brazil that year,
wasn't
Toto
like
wasn't there.
right.
Like,
There's always been like a B
yeah,
storyline to his wins, and it's always like you said, George wins, McLaren wins 2025
yeah,
constructors. George wins in
and causes
Canada. It's
mayhem.
Kimmy's first time. It's Kimmy's first time
Yeah,
on the podium. Like it's always something's like right there.
it literally sucks because like Singapore was a good race from him. Canada, he had a damn good race, and
Right.
it's like it gets overshadowed a little bit. I would even say like his wins are the B stories because everything else always like trumps his wins just a little
Yes.
bit more.
Yeah.
I do feel bad for him, but yeah, great. I mean, after we saw it last, I remember seeing him on social media last year, and then we saw it in Drive to Survive this year. He was wrecked after Singapore last year.
Oh, he was.
That's the
Yeah, he was
that's
a
the episode
mess.
where like Carmen's in the cool down room with him after or whatever, and like
Yeah,
shuts the door because he's going like he's having a panic
just
attack.
freaking
So
out. Yeah, it's
yeah, and then obviously the year before when Carlos won, he crashes into the wall. So I feel like
yeah,
he conquered. I feel like he conquered Singapore, and everyone was like, "Max is going to win." It's the only track Max has not won on the calendar
yeah.
at the moment. But like, I'm happy. I am happy for George. He had a good weekend. He's been having good races over the past, and it's not like he snuck up onto the podium. He was winner.
No, yeah, it wasn't like also another George win of like right place, right time
Yeah,
kind of stuff. It was he was
because
dominant in the whole race.
because that qualifying lap was damn good.
It was fucking good. It was really good.
No one, literally, the first runs of Q3, he said the lap time. I was like, he's going to be on pole, and then you had
Yeah,
like everyone else going, and they weren't improving, and I was like, no, we're getting George on pole.
we're
And it
getting a
was
George Pole.
yeah. I was like, yeah, that's a damn good. That was a damn good quality lap.
This is not more so George, but it's about George, but it's about the TV direction, and we're gonna say the exact opposite later. I know this for a fact, but I loved the long, uninterrupted cockpit view shot that we got in George's car. We got a full lap just from
Oh
George's car, and it was gorgeous. It was beautiful. Like
no, I don't mind stuff like that. I love
no
watching from the
I
cockpit of the
that's the
car.
thing. Like I'm saying like when camera crew is getting tons of heat because they're showing girlfriends and family members and
Yeah.
everything while there's battles happening on track. Those moments right there where it's like go to George's cockpit and just watch him do this lap, and that's
Yeah.
it. Like it almost like it when things are constantly cut, they're meant like they're going to distract you and you're not going to be fully locked into the scene. It's like
Yeah.
me watching that on the screen, just George drive, like I felt like I could see myself just like getting closer and closer and closer to the screen because I was so drawn into
Yes.
it, and I was just like, this is beautiful. I love this. It's
Well, and
amazing.
that's like what makes those moments that like end up going viral. Because like I mean, I posted immediately following the race, like up next of Charles' sunset lap from Coda a few years ago.
Yeah.
Because that's one uninterrupted shot, like the
Hmm.
overhead, and then it's the other shot of him coming over that final turn with the flag in the background. Like that's what we want to see, people. But I'm not ready to rant yet because I could go off some more. But um, I really can't really say anything about Steak or Alpine. They both were near the bottom. They didn't really do
Yep.
anything special for me. Um, Ollie was in the points, but Esteban was out of the points. I feel like Ollie's fully settled in. I feel like he's been very
Ollie
consistent over the past few weeks.
Ollie had an amazing move on
Yes, he did.
Alex Alvin.
It was near the beginning, was it not?
No, it was like the middle end. Oh,
Is it
bro, I
Carlos? He
couldn't.
finished ahead of Carlos.
It may be Carlos. It was beautiful. It was such a late lunge, but it was so well executed. And again, doing that on Singapore is
Yeah.
like it just adds that extra layer of danger and excitement to it. That is just like watching it happen. Everybody was kind of like, "Whoa! Like, where the hell did that come from?"
Well, like, I mean, don't forget, he got in the cockpit in Jeddah last year
Yeah.
and was battling Lewis and Lando
Oh my
in
God.
one
Yeah.
practice session. That's where you get. That's where I'm like, does Prema and like Ferrari Driver Academy hone in like street tracks with their drivers? Because you have Charles, and I feel like Ollie's damn good at street
Yeah.
tracks. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I feel like Ollie's been very consistent over the past few weeks. I feel like maybe all the rookies are fully settling in and
Yeah.
enjoying it now. Um, Liam and Isaac were both out of the points. Not the. I mean, they were higher up, but not fully out of the points.
Yeah. But still, like, I can't really remember anything that happened
No.
to them. The only
Well,
thing that I can remember with Isaac is his little
yes,
beef with
Alonso.
Alonso, but I mean, that's really it.
Alonso probably saw that car and was like, "This is effing Liam Lawson
Yeah.
again."
Oh yeah, he's probably getting so pissed off.
He was like so annoyed. Speaking of Alonso, the way because I for some reason woke up late to the drivers' parade. Normally I'm good. I'm like it's 2 hours before I can get up, like do what something, go back to sleep a little before the race starts. I woke up late because I thought the race started at 9 instead of 8 o'clock,
Oh
so
yeah.
I missed it. But it looked like it was a boring drivers' parade anyway because it was one where they were all in their own cars, so like they couldn't do
Yeah.
anything. They weren't talking to each other.
Couldn't
The interviews
interact
were
with each other. Yeah.
beforehand. Yeah. But there's a clip of Alonso on his phone. He posted he was FaceTiming Gabby Bortoleto behind him.
What a dork.
Alonso had some iconic radios this weekend. I will have to say the one
He did.
if you talk to me any more this lap, I will disconnect the radio. Is
Yeah. I love
might
it.
be my favorite radio of the whole season.
I mean, like that's got to be like screen capped and then like used in different things
Oh,
too.
it's going to be.
Like yeah, it's gonna be
That's up
memes
there
like
with like it
crazy.
must be the water. Like that's
Yeah.
totally
Must be the water's good too.
must be the water. Um, but yeah, I mean, Yuki P12, Carlos, like we said, a hell of a comeback. Carlos is so good at Singapore. We obviously saw the win from a few years ago.
Yes. Yeah.
He's so good at Singapore, and you can tell when he's on track. Um, but yeah, great. I mean, he went. What did he do? Like 50 laps on one set of tires, I think, by the end.
Yes. Yeah, he did it. He did a really long time. I don't remember the exact amount, but he was on mediums. And he went
Forever.
really long because they did at one point there was like a helicopter shot of him and it popped up with that graphic saying like yet to pit and everything. So yeah, he went for a really long time.
Yeah. Um, Ferrari. I literally don't even know where to begin. Like I said before, this is the lowest of lows. I think they are deep in the pits. This is the bottom of the bottom. They absolutely need to just restart and do something. This year's
Yeah.
over. You're losing P2. You're going to finish P4 because Williams is not going to come back and catch them. They're like over 100 points away. But,
Right.
like, finish P4, get extra time in the wind tunnel, do something. I hope they throw the brake. Whoever is their brake supplier needs to leave.
Get out
Needs
of
to
here.
leave.
Yeah, needs to go.
Charles was told to lift and coast the entire race, the entire time.
Yep.
Someone said they can't wait for Mexico because they think Charles' car will explode on the start-finish straight because of how many times he's told to lift and coast. It's atrocious. What else was I going to say? Oh, they didn't have a great pit stop. I don't think.
Was it sub? They didn't have a great pit stop?
No, I was just watching the 30-minute recaps. I feel like someone didn't have a good pit stop.
Lewis's is long. There's a long Lewis pit stop that I'm remembering
because
now.
they showed it from like inside like his driver cam, so you can't see who it is.
Yes, and I'm remembering now too because he comes out in front of a stake, and they were like he needed to get out in front of him to like cover off whoever. I forget what it was, but I remember now. Yes, Lewis had a pretty slow stop.
Yep, and then obviously his brakes go. I do get why Alonso was pissed over the radio.
Yeah.
I don't think it needed a 5-second penalty because I feel like they could have looked. It was fully a brake issue. It wasn't Lewis just cutting corners left and right. But I do get why Alonso was pissed because, like I said, it's Singapore. It's tight to begin with, so easily he could have crashed into someone else. I mean, Alonso was catching up to him very quickly.
Right.
During the last couple of laps. I do have to say, I love that even though the car is shit, McLaren is still worried about covering Charles Leclerc in Ferrari when it comes to pit stop.
He is like a demon to them. Like they really don't like. They always are like, we have to cover Charles. Like, blah, blah, like it's so weird.
Someone I saw on TikTok, someone was like, why is McLaren so terrified of Charles in that car? People were like, because it's Charles.
Because it's Charles,
like, it's not the car. It's because of Charles. Because when the car is still awful, but maybe not as awful as this year's car, he could be a demon on track. So it is Charles that you need to look out for. But when they both were like, they sent radio messaging to both of them. And then like Oscar's pit stop that was incredibly slow. The curse of the second pit stop at McLaren. He likely did come out in front of Charles with plenty of time, but like, I don't know where they thought Charles was going to catch them because I don't think Charles was going to catch them.
No, I mean, not lifting and coasting. He's not going to catch them.
But that's the minute the radio's I was like, he is not a threat, but I guess he is a threat to you because, and I think that's where Andrea Stella comes in because Andrea Stella is a Ferrari man at heart. Doubting himself. But yeah, no, I do appreciate that has to be a compliment to Charles because he's clearly, like I said, a threat to them and to the drivers on track.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, Ferrari. I hope the stories that were coming out this morning are wrong. Did you see any of these?
No. What stories?
So it's from what's it called? The source that it's coming from is very unreliable. It's borderline like a gossip tabloid in Italy. But some of the things that were posted today are alarming. So it was saying, I think, that Fred and a technical and an engineer were seen having a very in-depth, intense conversation post-race.
Okay.
And then this other one, and then another one saying that Charles Camp has come to message that they're in a decision-making process. If 2026 is not good, they will continue talking to other teams about getting out in 2027.
Wow.
And that has been reported multiple times. There's pictures of Nicholas Tott leaving, I think, the Stroll's yacht over summer break. There's rumors he's been talking to Toto. There's rumors he's even been talking to Andrea Stella. Like,
whoa.
That's where people are like, where is Charles going to go? Charles can freely go anywhere he wants, most likely. But yes. There was that one, and then I forget who posted it. Let me see if I can find it. I didn't post it. Sorry, hold on, where is it? Where is it? Okay, I can't find it. But basically, the story was saying that there's rumors there's engineers within Ferrari that aren't happy that Charles is being so critical of the car in the media. And they're like, pissed at it. Like, I think borderline trying to suggest that, like, maybe they are sabotaging him or they're not helping him as much because he's openly criticizing the car in the I mean, post race, he was like, or qualifying, he was like, in the media, he's like, I'm sorry, the car is just undrivable.
I mean, I mean, that's tough. You don't want to be an engineer and have your car openly criticized like that, but that's got to be like, you can't then go and get pissed off at your driver because he's
For
saying
being,
that when he's the one who's driving it.
yes. And
Like,
he's the one who's driving it, he's the one who's being expected to win the races with said car.
yes,
I'm
yeah.
gonna compare it to the comments that came out today from Nick Castellanos, basically blaming the fans for being too
Oh,
hard on
yeah.
them when we boo. Like, that's not our fault because you
No, because
can't.
you can't do your job.
Like,
That's,
do you want Charles to get into the garage and build a car from the ground up?
yeah,
Like, but yeah, so I hope, like I said, the source it came from is very unreliable, but there has been multiple reports and photos of Nicholas Todd talking to.
right.
He was like with someone over summer break, and the guy, he was like with Charles and someone else, and the other person was wearing a polo, and the yacht that Lawrence Stroll has was on the yacht. Like, that was the name on the, like, it was his worker like taking them back. So
Right.
we'll see if Charles
Huh.
goes to Aston Martin with an Adrian Newey car. Sign me up. I'll wear Aston Martin green
That's,
every day of
yeah,
my life.
that might be dangerous. That could be really dangerous.
That could be really. I could see Honda being like, okay,
Yeah.
but yes,
Damn.
but yeah. So there's that. But moving on.
Should we go one rant right into the other?
Yeah, well, I didn't even do the other full TV direction rant, but
Oh, yeah. Okay.
do the McLaren
Um,
rant because I also have things to add to the McLaren rant.
so I had a wonderful conversation with this about my coworker yesterday. And as I was having this conversation, I was like, I should remember this stuff because it was very clear, concise thoughts about what's wrong at McLaren,
Yeah.
and I don't remember any of them. So here we go. Um,
So here we go, people.
here we go. Um, like I said at the beginning, I am thrilled that I'm thrilled that we won Constructors Championship. I'm thrilled that you locked that up. I'm starting to remember my stuff. And it's coming back to me. This is the claim that I'm going to make here right now. 2024 Hungary.
Yep.
Looking back on it now, when we first saw Papaya Rules, first saw this whole mess. That right there is the start of the timeline
Mm-hmm.
of McLaren eventually losing Oscar Piastri.
Yep.
I think this is going to go two ways, both of which end in Oscar Piastri, like Oscar Piastri leaving the team, either at the end of this season or at the end of next season. So, and I don't know when his contract is up. I'm going to put that out there off the top of my head. I don't know when his contract is up, but we know who his agent is, so I'm sure it's doable for them to.
I'm sure he's already on the phone.
Yeah. Route number one. Oscar Piastri wins World Drivers' Championship, right? Season goes the end of the year. There's a couple more scuffs and bumps between Lando and Oscar throughout the end of this year.
Well, because as I said, I don't think Papaya rules are going away.
Right. So Oscar at the end of the year wins Drivers' Championship, right? He then calls Mark Webber. Hey, I'm a world champion now and a two-time driver for a constructor championship team.
Yeah.
Get me somewhere else where I can be the clear number one driver. Mark Webber, who we all know hates when he's called the number two driver and insists that Oscar is not a number two driver, will hang up the phone, start calling around, and say, hi, I have Oscar Piastri looking for new teams. Do you want to meet with him? And the clip that keeps playing in my head is Christian Horner in Drive to Survive when he's asked, who would you rather sign off McLaren, Lando or Oscar? And he, without hesitation, says Oscar Piastri.
Yeah.
That's route number one. Route number two, Lando wins World Drivers' Championship. He goes, Oscar then gets on the phone, kind of plays out similar. Oscar then gets on the phone to Mark and says, hey, I want you to get me to another team. I'm tired of being the number two driver. I can and will carry a team to a
Yeah.
World Drivers' Championship and a World Constructors' Championship. You've seen me do it in this past year that I led World Drivers' Championship. I can do it. I know how to fight up here. Boom, boom. He has literally all the cards in his hand right now. And that's how it's going to go. And like I said, either it's going to be this year or next year. If he wins this year, I could see it being at the end of the season this year, and maybe he makes a move before the start of the new season. But if it's end of the season next year, I think that happens if Lando wins. Because I can see Oscar being like, I want to win with McLaren. Like, I like being here.
Yes.
I like this team enough that I can put up with this shit. I want to win with McLaren. And then figures, new regulations, stuff like that. That's where I think it's essentially boiling down to. Now, this is the other half of my rant. Right before the start of the race happens, you have Hinchcliffe interviewing Zach Brown. Pretty much run-of-the-mill stuff. Oh, what happens if you guys excited for tonight? What's the plan? Zach's answering questions. Hinchcliffe then answers him and says, or Hinchcliffe asks him and says, all right, so what happens if you clinch World Constructors Championship tonight? What happens with World Drivers Championship? And he says, our boys know the rules. They know they're allowed to fight for a World Drivers Championship, but they must keep it clean. They have to keep it civil, all this stuff. And they have to put the team first, which now you can't really say because you have no backing of they have to put the team first for World Constructors Championship.
You
So
have
now
it. It's wrapped up.
Right, you have it. You could say, hey, Oscar and Lando, you can fight and take each other out. There's a fly just flew over my head. And it's going to piss me off if it keeps flying in front of me.
I can't even see it.
Now, guess what? If they both take each other out in a race, you still have World Constructors Championship tied up. You're still good to go. There's no concern to the team there. So,
sorry if you're in the train.
It's good. It's fine. You now have lost that card of, hey, I can safely use this as a PR answer, and we're good to go from here. However, what happens in the beginning of the race, Lando touches Oscar. Oscar then
and Max.
Oscar then says, "What's the deal with that? What's going on here?" And then you have the whole thing of, who's to blame there? Does Oscar get the position back?
Yeah.
Are they favoring Lando? Are they not favoring Lando? What is the deal here? It blows up in their face, essentially, the answer of they have to keep it clean, it blows up in your face. It's a horrible answer at this point. The point I'm trying to make here, and it kind of is like another situational thing, the easiest way that I thought of for McLaren to solve this issue, at the start of the season next year, say you have Lando and Oscar as your drivers again next year, you're good to go, right? At the start of the season next year, you say, hey guys, first however many races of the season, we are fighting for the team spot, right? We want the Constructors' Championship. We want that three-peat. Sure. That's our primary focus. Obviously, we want you both to perform at your best for each weekend for World Drivers' Championship, but you are employed by McLaren. You are here to win us a Constructors' Championship. That's what you're going to do. You lay down that flat right there, right? And then you say, and then whether it's we're not going to win it or we are going to win it, when that's determined, we will then make a decision on who we're going to prioritize. And once that and how that decision is made is by who's leading the World Drivers' Championship at that moment.
Yeah.
Because then that is essentially lifting the box and the decision-making process off of McLaren, putting it on your drivers, which they're paid to do. They're paid the millions of dollars to drive and to win races. And you're going to say your first priority is to the team, do as best as you can, and at Singapore next year, if Oscar's in the lead, okay, Oscar, you're getting priority for the rest of the season. That's what it is. To me, and I know there are other scenarios and everything in there that like other situations that will arise from that decision making
Yeah.
process. But it's easier to solve those decisions than it would be to solve this decision of, oh, but we don't have we don't have a
Yeah.
number one, number two driver. We have two number one drivers. And it's like that no. That's like I use this analogy, but it's like that's like saying Jalen Hurts and Tanner McKee are both our starting quarterback.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like you're going into a Sunday matchup and press is like, who's playing this weekend? And they're like, well, we'll see. They're both our starting quarterback. And it's like that no. What does that mean? Like it's just yeah. But that's my overall rant. I think McLaren's shooting themselves in the foot over and over and over and over and over again with this situation. And now that you have constructors backed up and secured, you cannot fall back on that
No.
PR answer of, well, we're just focused on the constructors championship right now. No, you got it. You're good. Pick one. Pick a driver. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. Pick it. You're going to piss people off for a week, and then everybody's going to get over it because there's a clear and defined answer.
And honestly, it's whoever wins the championship this year. I feel like if whoever wins Drivers' Championship this year should automatically be your number one. That's like Max winning it for the first time and then going back next year and they're like, actually, we're going to let Checo be number one this year.
Yeah. It's like what?
Doesn't make sense. That's why I feel like...
Go ahead. I'm like going back again to like the Oscar Piastri conversation. Like, if Oscar's really pissed off about that, then he can leave. And guess what? Lando has shown you that he can drive at this caliber. And I think it's going to happen exactly the way his first win happened. Once he gets that first win, he's going to be like, oh, I can do this. Once he gets his first driver's championship, I think it's going to be like, oh, I can do this and I can compete up here. So guess what? If Oscar's pissed off, as much as I love Oscar and I don't want to see him leave McLaren, he can leave. You know?
Mm-hmm. I'll keep mine short. I go back to Will Buxton after Hungary last year, where he was like, this is going to come back and bite them in the ass. And we've seen it time and time and time again.
Yep.
I wish they had a clean weekend for them to win the Constructors, because all this other stuff is totally...
It's overshadowing it. 100%.
Overshadowing the win completely. There's that. There was also a quote from Lewis. Lewis was asked Thursday during media day if he had any advice to give to Lando. Lewis flat out, because of all people on the grid still, Lewis is someone who was in a one head-to-head battle with his teammate at Mercedes for the championship. He knows completely. That's why Nico Rosberg said he's reached out to Lando to try to give him advice. But they asked Lewis if he had any advice to give Oscar, and he flat out said, stop giving the positions back.
Yeah.
Stop. It's just baffling, and I've also seen, obviously there's a lot of conspiracy theorists on Twitter writing different things. Someone went back and did their homework, man, and posted in-depth screenshots of every situation Papaya Rules has come into play. And how this is like the second time Lando's hit his teammate, and they're like, oh no, it's fine, you can keep the position. If Oscar comes even close, they're like, remember Papaya Rules, racing, like, no contact.
No contact,
There's that part of it. They are driving the wedge. McLaren is driving the wedge themselves.
Yeah.
In between the two of them. The picture also came back up from when Oscar won Zandvoort, because it's a photo of Isaac running past Zach Brown to go find his team.
Yes.
You wouldn't know Zach Brown's driver won the race that weekend with the way he's sitting there pissed. I've said this to Tasia, I've said this to you, I've seen this talked about as well. I think Zach Brown specifically is low-key a little annoyed that Oscar is most likely going to win the Drivers' Champion, because he didn't, like, breed and raise Oscar through McLaren's upbringing.
Yep.
Which is why I think, like, Lando and LN4 posted, like, that tweet of him, like, working in the garage in 2020, like, before he became a full-time rookie. Like, I just think there's part of them being like, we can't claim him as ours. Like, I do think that comes into play. But there are quotes from Andrea Stella basically saying the review needs to be very detailed and very analytical. We need to be accurate because there's a lot at stake, not only the championship points, but the trust of our drivers. That's why I love Andrea Stella, because
Yep.
I feel like he is seeing everything. He's seeing what's being said. He's seeing every situation. He's seeing the points, he's seeing the races, he's seeing what's being taken in, and he's going to look at everything. He's going to
Yeah.
hear from Lando, he's going to hear from Oscar, fully their frustrations, I think, and probably come to a honest decision. And this is where I think Zach Brown needs to step back and not be low key a
Yes.
wannabe team principal, because I think if they were following Andreas Stella's full direction, this wouldn't have never happened. I don't think this
Yeah.
would ever have happened. Because again, Andrea Stella was at Ferrari with Michael Schumacher. Like, that's also someone else who has seen inter-team battles pretty damn closely
Yeah.
to have good experience. Then there's the whole other side of it. The post-race celebration, I think.
Oh.
Now, there's articles that came out. I do think this is McLaren PR working hardcore. We Are the Race posted an article. I think Motorsport.com posted an article basically describing the entire situation and how that unfolded, with McLaren ending up on the podium celebrating the World Constructors' Championship without Oscar Piastri.
Yeah.
They basically said, like, the mechanics were leaving the Parc Ferme area, and Formula One media grabbed them, was like, "Oh no, we want you to go up onto the podium."
Right.
The article says they're going up onto the podium. Lando's leaving, and they're like, "No, come with us." Okay, so what you're saying is you were downstairs. Someone easily could have went and grabbed Oscar
Yeah.
Piastri. Instead, we saw Oscar Piastri seeing you guys up on the podium at the same time
Yep.
and seeing his honest, raw reaction. I think that's and then McLaren, like, their social media did not read the room at all yesterday, Sunday, posting so many videos and photos from that podium celebration, framing it as the team when half your team's not there. First of all,
Yeah.
it looks like Lando's side of the garage. To be honest, that's why I feel like who's only up on stage. And then the first photo, like one of the first photos they post of Oscar with the team, it's him holding the constructors, like, when they stick the thing out the gate to tell them, like,
Yes.
how many laps or whatever. It's like Oscar and four of the people. That's pathetic looking.
That's bad. Yeah.
It's so pathetic. And then there's the Lando social media side of it. He posts Instagrams. Oscar's nowhere to be found. I think Oscar only sharing the story and writing something says everything you want to say. We didn't get any, like, constructor celebrations, like after party footage. I feel like when last year we did see some stuff,
Oh
we
yeah.
didn't, because there was the video of Andrea Stella in the garage, like, chugging the champagne. We didn't get any of that.
Nope. Yeah.
And I will say, people said they waited last year for Lando to get back into the garage after his post race media to fully
Celebrate.
celebrate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just think they could have handled it so much better. I think they
I
continue to
100%
handle it
agree.
so much better.
Yeah.
I think it's honestly upsetting that they're going to go to COTA and Media Day, and there's going to be more questions about the whole fiasco than them being
Them
constructors
winning.
champions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them winning
I think
two times in a row. Yeah.
Yeah. Since the last time they won was with Art and Senna, like, I feel like you literally just made history within your team, and
Yeah.
you're going to have more questions and stories and follow up on the drama that you caused yourself
Yep.
than winning.
Again,
Yes, that's
Will Buxton is right. The decision back then and all the decisions they've made since
yeah.
have been shooting themselves in the foot and have been coming back to haunt them.
You can't have two number one drivers. It just does not work that way.
Doesn't
You
work.
can't do it.
Yeah.
You absolutely. Maybe it works for Ferrari right now because it's not a good season, so they can have two number one drivers. But as coming into the season where they were the favorite to win, you can't do it. You can't do it. But that's why McLaren rant. Do you have anything else to add race-wise before I go into my TV direction rant?
No, I'm honestly very curious to hear this because I I had complaints about the TV direction, but it seemed like there was more online than what I was feeling, so I'm excited to hear your thoughts
Well,
on
did you
it
watch
too.
qualifying?
No.
So it was qualifying as well. I
Okay.
just feel like generally over the past few weeks, it's been awful TV direction. I mean,
Yeah.
where did Max set the fastest lap in record? Monza.
Yes.
Instead of seeing him cross the finish line, we see randos in a garage. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Qualifying this weekend, we got so many shots of their girlfriends in the garage instead of them on track crossing the finish line. Especially Q3, it was like, what the hell is why? Like, great, I want to see Carlos's girlfriend. She actually like shows legit, genuine emotion. I feel like she's
Yeah.
locked in, but like, I don't really care. I'm not watching to see them.
Yeah.
If I wanted to see them, I could go to the fan pages that their fans are creating on Instagram. But then the race, they did not show one overtake from Carlos. Not one. On his way up.
That's
He went from the back
crazy.
of the grid to into the points. They didn't show one thing.
One time.
They didn't show Alonso catching Hamilton at the end. Not one time. That's why I feel like people were confused about Hamilton's penalty because they didn't realize he was cutting corners.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just overall. I've seen people complain about it before. I have never seen this many people complain about it before.
Right. Say something. Yeah. Speak up
You have
about
other podcasters, pretty big ones like Matt and Tommy, complaining about it and posting their clips to social media.
Yeah.
You even had the TV broadcasters. I think Crofty and stuff was like, well, I'd love to know what like color eyes she has or something. Like they were even getting annoyed.
Yeah.
At seeing the inside of the garages way more. And that's not saying when it comes to a time. Charles winning Monaco, yes, please show me his family's reaction when he crosses the finish line. Absolutely, please show. Lando winning Silverstone, please, thank God. Show me.
Yeah, show me his mom and dad.
Nico getting the podium, please. I want to see those type of reactions. But not everything. Like, I don't understand. Sometimes when we get the garage, we're watching the racing on the timing board. Like on the small screen. No, swap it.
Swap it. I don't understand it because it's not even frequent within the race. It's frequent at every single race.
Yes.
And it's like, you know that you're at least going to get like 2 or 3 shots of them as the race is going on. And it's like, yeah, it's the same thing. It's like, I don't want to see that. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, and it's honestly like, there's nothing against them, but like, it's not even like they're like celebrity like megastars too that they're showing.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like they're showing like Robert Downey Jr. like these like big names like Christopher
people
Nolan,
that are into
Jeremy
it.
Clarkson, yeah, like all this stuff, and it's like you're showing these like models that like only a really niche group of people are going to recognize and understand and be like, oh my God, she's there. And then like even then it's like, okay, they already know she's there because they know that you're dating. Like,
yeah.
It's a weird decision-making process. It's really
very
is.
weird. And that's like, they had decent fans that were there. I didn't realize Darren Criss, he was from Glee. He played the Warbler. He was there this weekend. Posted photos. I forget he speaks Italian. His captain's full on Italian.
Yeah.
Talking about how excited he was to meet Maya Woog. Like, everything. He was genuinely into the race. I would have rather seen him because I'm sure his reactions would have been good. Like,
I'm sure.
Gordon Ramsay, yes, that man is a motorsport fan.
He loves it.
You can show, but like, I don't need to see their girlfriends just staring at the screen and then like awkwardly be like, oh, I'm on the screen, and then like kind of smile, and then it goes back. Yeah, the TV direction.
You know who else didn't know that I didn't know was at the race? Superman.
I honestly, when I was like watching the Phillies on Saturday, I was like, oh, we're gonna get like a Superman. Like, I can see like him being there, whatever. They'll probably show him in the crowd, and then the next morning I see he's at the race. I was like, no, that's why he wasn't there because he's in Singapore. But yeah, it needs to change. I would hope with the amount of people that are criticizing it this week, after this week specifically, it changes because God forbid we get to Vegas when it's celebrity heavy.
Oh yeah.
Show us the full garage.
Yeah, don't even show us the race at that point. Just do a garage walk the entire time.
Because that's all they're gonna show. But
yeah,
I do have to say, I don't ever watch this guy coverage, but Louis Capaldi with
Oh, yes.
that walk is so good. First of all, I don't think I ever realized how much his brother looks like, how much they look
I
alike.
didn't realize that either.
So I totally give Martin being very confused, thinking that was Louis Capaldi.
I thought so. I didn't realize it was his brother. The first time I saw the clip, I was like, what are the chances that there's this, like, exact look-alike of Louis
Louis
Capaldi at the
Capaldi.
race? And then the real Louis Capaldi comes walking up. I'm like, what are the chances of that?
Yeah.
And then I forget where I saw it. It was like somebody's comment or something saying like, oh, that's funny. It's his brother. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, that makes it so much more like plausible in my head. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was my TV rant. I don't have anything else to add.
I don't either. I think it, like we said, a little bit of a snooze fest for the race. TV direction could be better. Should be better.
Yeah, should be much better.
And yeah, McLaren, put the gun down. Stop aiming at your foot.
And actually fix like the left front or the left right.
Yeah.
Like the front right or the front left.
I'm sorry, I don't want to
gun.
see anybody lose their job, but should probably have a real look into that. Why it's
No, I don't even want to say it's the person. I want to say it's the actual gun.
yeah, the equipment. Yeah, true. That's a good point. Check the equipment first before you fire the person. But
And also, like, maybe don't pit them so close back to back, so I feel like that's what
Right.
happens.
yeah, oh, that's stupid.
But yeah, that was Singapore. Like we all just said, a little bit of a snooze fest.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week. It's finally here. The good time zones are here for
Coda.
us people.
Can't wait.
Finally here. Finally here. Literally, I think the next time we have to wake up early is Qatar and... No, I think Qatar's like 10 a.m. I don't even count that.
It's not even
like
that early. Yeah.
It's Abu Dhabi is the
I was gonna say, isn't Abu Dhabi's like, and Abu Dhabi's even like 8. Like it's not like an early race.
No. So we're almost there, people, but I do love Coda. Last year's Coda was iconic. That race start I still watch when it comes up all the time. Charles P4 to P1. That was a great one.
It's good. It's very good.
But yes, next we'll be back with some predictions. I think Owen's going to do a history with Owen next week as well. We have something very, 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 very cool in the works for this week. That's all I'm going to say. We're very excited if you can't see the smiles on our face because holy shit is all.
Holy shit. Yeah.
But yes, like I said, we'll be back next week. Please go give us a follow on all our socials. They're all at the bottom of our screen scrolling. Instagram, Threads, Twitter, TikTok, wherever you listen to your podcast. Please go give us a follow over there on YouTube for sure, because what we have coming up this week, we will definitely be posting to YouTube.
That will be going to YouTube, yes.
Yeah, for sure. So thank you so much, and we will see you all next week, people.
See you later.